Ladies and gentlemen, a first snapshot is out for Minecraft 1.19.1 called 22w24a. This snapshot adds Allay replication mechanics and a new chat reporting function. My name is Sliced Lime and I'm here to guide you through all the changes. Let's start with mobs and the new Allay duplication mechanics. Allays can now dance. They do so if a Jukebox plays a record while they are nearby. If you also give them an Amethyst Shard while they are dancing, they will consume the shard to create a new Allay. This is not actually duplication, since the new Allay does not take on the properties of the old one, instead simply spawning a fresh Allay. Allay creation can happen at most once every 2.5 minutes. Note that you have to start the record before giving the Allay the shard for the procedure to work. There's some bug fixes for frogs in this version too. They can now lay spawn on waterlogged blocks and will no longer lay spawn on flowing water. We also have some villager fixes. Cured villagers would become unable to restock their trades. That is fixed in this version. They now also work at the right workstations, and Nitwit villagers no longer have a profession. Trader llamas now stop spitting when their target is dead. Let's move on to game event news. There are two new vibrations in this version. For a jukebox playing, triggered repeatedly as the jukebox plays a record, and for a record being popped out of a jukebox. Both of these vibrations have a frequency of 0. We're going to talk about more changes, but first let me ask you to play a sweet tune on the like button for the video. Liking the video helps get it to spread more on YouTube, so I'd really appreciate your help. Thank you. The other big change in this version is for social interactions. The social interaction screen is now available through the pause menu as well if you're playing on a multiplayer server, and when opening this social interaction screen there's now a message about chat reporting. This new feature is still under development, so any reports you send will not be reviewed yet. The team is looking for feedback on this feature, which will be available soon. What is that new feature? It is the ability to report a player for sending abusive messages in the game chat. When doing so, the reporter is required to select the chat message or messages they're reporting and to select a category. When reporting, you can also enter details about the report. Let's move on to a visual fix in the snapshot. Sky color would be visible for a brief moment when applying night vision while already under the influence of the darkness effect. A sound fix in this version. Mobs that spawn naturally with equipment would play the equipment equipping noise, which is no longer the case. Let's also mention a few quick tech changes in this version. For Resource Pack, the social interactions.png file now has 3 new instances of a new warning-like icon for the report chat function. In chat styling news, the style field default value is no longer present in the JSON files for chat types, and gameinfo.json now contains a narration setting by default. One more thing that is somewhat out of the game but could be interesting for any tool creators out there, the URL of the version manifest used by the launcher has changed from the launchermeta.mojang.com domain to piston-meta.mojang.com. One fix for servers. When a client loads into a server with a resource pack, that pack would be loaded twice, which is no longer the case. Instability and performance news: an unexpected exception in the selector loop could cause server lag, which is fixed in this version, and command sending messages now use the appropriate output format in the game's log files. And that's all for this snapshot. Thank you for watching all the way to the end, I really do appreciate that. If you want to know about all the new things in Minecraft 1.19, also check out my update video about that, which is linked on screen right here.